Holy smokes. I wonder if these people feed these turkeys. They legit have 50 turkeys just out front running wild, out back. They've got to feed them, right? Holy turkeys. Death wobble is real. Roll the clips. Alrighty, well, as you can tell, this thing gets death wobble like no other. So we've got a phone call into rough country, and they have a steering stabilizer that they say should be able to get rid of this bounce and flop or whatever you want to call it. But man, oh day, I wish you guys could be in here and feel how this thing acts going down the road. So you really got to hang on to this one. You can't there. Holy smokes. But yeah, so we're gonna get a steering stabilizer on this thing and see if we can't get that taken care of. If it will not take care of it, which I think it should, look at that. Holy smokes. But if we can't get a steering stabilizer on this thing, we're gonna go ahead and rotate the tires to the front and see if that also might take care of it. But I highly doubt it. I think Rough Country has their answer solved, or an answer resolved for us in the steering stabilizer kit. So let's get a phone call into them, and then we'll come back and hopefully we can get it installed and get it on this truck. Alrighty guys, good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am SendIt Steve, and today is about the Avalanche. Now I'm not going to give you a rundown of list of cars that we have. You do know we have the F450 though, and you do know we do have the Bruce here, the Civic. But today, like I said, is about this. So I've been driving this vehicle now for, I'd say, about 3 weeks. From time to time, I started to get a little bit of, as you can tell in the video there, I get death wobble. So I can't obviously stand that. I want to drive this thing a lot more often. So I reached out to Rough Country and told them my situation. Now, this is the first vehicle that I've ever had death wobble with. I've obviously had many lifted vehicles. I've never experienced death wobble until this one. So I reached out to Rough Country. They said, hey, let me send you a steering stabilizer and see if we can't get this thing installed and see if that doesn't take care of it. So again, their link is always going to be in the description down below. Rough Country is a huge suspension component sponsor of the channel. They're always with me. I love them guys. Anything I need, Tyler, he hooks it up, gets it to me, fast, and within 2 or 3 days I can have any parts. So huge shout out again to Rough Country. Definitely check them out if you're in the market for a lift kit. So this kit is super simple. As you can tell here, the steering stabilizer kit that he did send me is for a 4 to 6 inch lift kit only. So this is a 6-inch lift kit. I'm going to show you. I'm going to try to do it all unedited, but it is a very super simple steering stabilizer kit. And as you can tell here, I tried to clean this thing off as best I could, but as you can tell right here, Rough Country supplies a bracket for it to already mount to. So basically, long story short, one side of this steering shock here is going to go ahead and mount on the back side of that, like so, and then the other one is going to mount to the steering tie rod like you see here. So we're going to end up having a mounting point here, up here, and then we're going to have our mounting point here. Let me go ahead and get some bolts and everything through it. All right, well, I'm hoping that this is going to end up being a good location for the GoPro, but let's get this thing started. All right, so one of the things you're going to need is a supplied bolt, and there's obviously a collar in this side. This side does not have a collar. In the kit though, you will be supplied a collar like this. You'll end up putting that inside of that bushing. Very simple. Push it through like so. Might be easier to push on the diff or something. I probably should have lubed it. If you lube it, guys, it'll go right into place. That's not just a trick for this kind of rubber either. Oh, we don't even need that. There you go. Now you can see the collar is in place on both sides. Good to go. So Rough Country actually says to pull this out about 3.5 inches with the wheel straight. So we'll go ahead and pull it out to where I think 3.5 inches is. I'll go ahead and measure there. 3.5. So we got to keep going just a little bit. We need another 1/2 inch. I was never good with small measurements like this, guys, so sorry. So 3.5 inches. That's gonna set us right about there. That's where Rough Country wants us to install it. So let's go ahead and get this thing bolted in place. Super easy installation. Not sure if you guys can see right here, but they want it as close to the pitman arm on the driver's side as possible. So let's go ahead and get this thing tossed up into place and start our mounting. Alrighty, well, I actually ended up having this bracket backwards, so if you do see a little delay there, or me turning the Oprah off and it coming back on, it's definitely my fault. So we had to go ahead and flip that bracket over, but now we're going to go ahead and get everything tightened down. And like I said, it's super easy installation. It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts, and you should honestly have your steering stabilizer installed. So let me go ahead and tighten everything down, and we're going to take this thing out for another test drive. Alrighty, and there we are. We've got our steering stabilizer installed. I almost forgot the most important part: getting the sticker placement correct. Boom. Boom. Not sure if you guys have seen that or not, but there you go. Our steering stabilizer is installed. Let me make sure I can turn full lock to lock and make sure everything's good looking. And then we're going to take this thing out for a spin. Man, off-roading these things, you get a lot of leaves and stuff in nooks and crannies that you don't know about. Look at that. More. Oh, wait. That's plastic. Yikes. Get that out of there. Fan must have hit a little bit, probably while we were off-roading, but not a big deal. All right, let's make sure that we can turn full lock to full lock. That is definitely a full turn there. Plenty of room under there. Make sure we can turn the other way. Full lock there. Oh yes. Let's get this thing out for a drive. I'll actually lower or put you guys under here so you can see, hopefully, that it doesn't bottom out. Definitely use their 3.5 measurement that they said. Let me see if I can get you set up here so that you can see it doesn't bind or do anything crazy. All right, look, now the GoPro might fall, guys. I'm not holding it. I just got it set up, but let me see if you guys can see the full lock. Right now it's full lock to the driver's side, so we'll go ahead and spin it to the right side. Hopefully my copyright didn't get in there, but we are good to go, fully installed. And honestly, I don't think I have more than 25 minutes into this thing. So let's drive it down the road and make sure that we don't have any more death wobble. Let's go. I call it a success. I can't say that word. I call it a success. I think overall this thing is ready to rock, ready to roll. Now these are just little minor things that we're doing to it. We don't really have any big changes that we're gonna do or big things coming. We might do a set of bumpers and all that, but I think this thing's actually coming together really, really well. So once we get home, I will let you guys know what tools I use to do this job and how basic and simple it really was. So basic hand tools here you need is a 13 millimeter. I used a wrench. You need a socket too. You can use a cordless impact or a regular impact. Also, there's a 19 on here, there's a 19 here, and I use this adjustable. Also, I used a tape measure to measure out the 3.5 inches, which got me pretty much spot on where I needed to be. So there's not many tools that you need to go ahead and install this onto your aftermarket lift kit. As far as factory, I think it is also the same stuff. Another UPS delivery, thanks bud. But I don't think you need anything different to install it onto your factory vehicle, but if you do, Rough Country has everything that you need to go ahead and take care of it. So there you guys have it, death wobble. It has been resolved. And I want to know from you guys, do you think I should wash this thing, or you think I should keep it as muddy like this? I kind of like that it kind of looks rough and rugged and outdoors. It gives it that, you know, mean and green and I'm ready to do anything type of look. But again, I want to give Rough Country a huge shout out. They've been along for the ride on this build. They were on for the Urban Bourbon. Sorry, I almost said Avalanche, but they did the 6-inch lift kit also on the Urban Bourbon. Now that truck there, I didn't get death wobble or anything from, so I didn't need to do this upgrade. But if they need to do it, it's there. It's definitely an option, and you can see it definitely works. So if you guys need anything, definitely leave your feedback saying that you heard it here from SendIt Steve. They love the feedback. I love the feedback. And again, it lets them know that their advertising market is actually, you know, paying off. So again, guys, there you have it. If you like the content, please smash that like button, please subscribe, and we have a bunch more content to do with this, off-roading and enjoying it and having some fun. I am gonna obviously, I believe, go down to 35s on this thing. I don't really care for the 37s. They definitely do rub a little bit more than I'd like. I could go ahead and crank the torsion keys up a little bit more, but I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of think that I'm just going to drop down to a 35 so I don't have any rubbing. That and these tires are super extremely noisy driving down the highway. So there you guys have it. Again, please smash that like button, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in an upcoming video. Take care, have a great night. Ready to go do tires? Let's ride.